What's up tonight, guys? How's everybody going? I know it looks kind of odd, but I'm laying back in the bed. I've done something to my arm, and it's actually the right arm, but it's on your left side. I have no idea what I've done to it. It's not hurting as bad as it was. James, we lost you, buddy. I don't know where you went to. Come back in. There we go.
James,
I don't
it's
know.
called you're just being old, getting old.
There he is. Yeah, I think so. I think it has something to do.
I
So
got
let
the
me. Huh?
I say I got the notification and then it took me off the
Oh,
screen.
really? That's kind of
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
All right, so
Yeah,
let
I
me
got it
introduce.
too. It came off mine.
I'm going to introduce the guys. So obviously everybody knows who I am. We got Jonah Green. He's been on the show before. He's next to me in the red shirt. Actually, it almost looks magenta. I don't know what color it is. You
Ugh.
wearing magenta?
Nah, man, I don't know
No.
what color this is.
Okay.
I just liked the color and bought the shirt.
We got Techno down at the bottom. That's James.
Yep.
And we got a new guy, Mike Strange. He's down there at the bottom. What was your CB handle again?
Wolfman.
Wolfman. So I guess we'll call you the Wolfman. I don't know. But anyway, guys, I don't really didn't have really a whole lot to talk about tonight. Just wanted to bring a couple guys in. Um, two of the four guys, or two of the three guys here have been on here before. You all know who they are. But uh, Mike is starting with Swift next week. I don't know if this is going to work too well. I might have to move up to the table, but Mike is going to start with us next week. It looks like he's ready to go and fired up, um, and I mean he's just ready. I think you've got your truck picked out and everything ready to go, Mike.
Yeah, unless they can find a new T680 before Tuesday or by Tuesday morning. Otherwise, it'd be a 26 Freightliner.
Right. Okay. How's your week been going there, James? You been doing pretty good?
This week I've been real busy.
Yeah.
My fourth load this week. And
Wow.
Damn, you're
All right,
slacking.
huh?
I'm on number 5.
number 5.
So we're
I
slacking.
start it tomorrow morning.
That's funny. What about you,
I'll
Jonah?
be at the
How's
house
things going?
tomorrow afternoon.
How's things going? at
It's all
Hurst?
right. It's all right. They had me swap a trailer with a driver earlier, and then I had to take the trailer to the shop because they bent the mud flap. They had the mud flap gone and the bracket bent, and I had to take it to the shop for them to fix it. And sat there for like 2 hours, and then now I'm up here in London, Kentucky, about to deliver it to Walmart tonight. And then I gotta
Yeah.
go back to Freightliner, back to Knoxville, and pick my other load up and go on to South Carolina.
Yeah. All right. So we got the wife in here. What's up, baby? Yeah, I'm laying on the bed, darling. There's nothing I can do about it tonight. My arm's still a little bit sore. It's not really sore. It's just uncomfortable. I've not found a good position for it. So I told my wife to call me tonight or today, and I wanted to tell her everything that's been going on. So my right arm has been messed up for a couple of days, but it's actually getting better. But I think God's kind of messing around with me a little bit because my right armrest fell off the seat today. So now I've got no armrest to put my seat on. So what I end up doing is I've got this little TV tray that I eat with. I pulled the TV tray out and it's right there where it needs to be for that right armrest. So I kind of lucked out on that. At least I got a spot for my right arm now. But man, it was painful this morning till I came up with that idea.
Just
Gregory
make sure
Dent
So
you
you
says,
got like
hold
a
it
muscle
down good when you
pain?
go around the curve.
yeah. Gregory Dent says, yo, they accepted me back. I did my drug screen on Tuesday, just waiting on it to get back. So I get back on leasing. That's awesome, Greg. Good deal, man. Give me a ring, man. You got my number. You know how to get hold of me. Give me a ring. There's Kevin Snipes. What's up, Kevin? We had a good talk yesterday. I appreciate you calling me. Good evening, gentlemen. Good evening. I know, Kevin, you're going to probably be coming over soon, too. We had a good talk. Yeah, Greg, why don't you give me a ring, man? I'd love to catch up with you, buddy. I don't know what kind of night we're gonna have because, like I always said, when the store says you open at 7, then you're open at 7, not 7:30, and that was on me tonight. I misjudged my my stopping time, and I should have been stopped earlier. We probably could have went live at 7, but I think it gave us a little bit of time to get a bite to eat and kind of get situated. That's what it did for me, anyways. I actually stopped at about 10 till 7. I could have rushed, but it was nice to get a bite to eat. I know Jonah said he wanted to eat a little something too.
Yeah, I'll do
Yeah,
that.
it gave me a
I'll
time.
walk back to my truck.
Yeah.
I'll eat later. I just got pulled over.
Yeah, it gave me time to
Alicia
eat and
Rocha?
watch a little TV while I waited on you.
Alicia Rocha says, "Hey, can I lease on to Swift?" You sure can. I don't know if that's
Yeah.
a joke question or what, but sure you can. Gregory Dent says, "Cool. I'll call you tomorrow." That's awesome. Everybody wants to text me now all of a sudden. Of course, the wife has texted me. She doesn't like how I'm laying, but it is what it is. There ain't nothing I can do about that tonight.
That's
Until I
why
get
you
to
brought
feeling
all
better.
of us on here so you could take a nap.
Well, if I was taking a nap, one of you guys would be taking control of the show. I can tell you that. Now the sun needs to go down because my forehead's super bright. Guys, you're just gonna have to work with this for a little bit. 15 people in the house. Anybody? Any of you guys want to bring up anything? Talk about anything?
I wonder how long I-40 gonna be down this time.
That's a good question. And I gotta say special thanks to my wife about that too this morning, because she sent me that yesterday or this morning, and wouldn't you know, that's a load that I have now, is that particular area that I'm going to. When I found out about that, I called Swift with this load and I said, "Hey, can we get some more miles added to this? Because that's about 100 miles out of route I got to go, because I got to go up 81 and then down 77 to get around all that crap." And they're like, "What are you talking
You go
about?" I
down
said, I-40.
26.
Huh?
You can go down 26.
Yeah, I know, but where I was at in Ohio, I had to go down that way. But anyway, I
okay.
called them and I said, "Hey, I need some more miles out of that." They didn't even know. The planners didn't even know I-40 was down, and they looked it up. Says, "Yeah, you're right." Said, so they gave me an extra 130 miles out of it. So instead of getting 430 miles, I'm getting 570 something miles out of it. So that worked out in my
James,
favor.
you know they knew that it was down. They were just trying to get out of paying extra.
I don't think so. Swift doesn't. They don't really do stuff like that. They're usually pretty good about doing things. Don't you agree, Jonah and James?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're pretty good to help you out.
well, yeah.
Well, yeah, I just figure
I
they
don't think
probably
they too much.
they wait for the driver to bring it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I don't think they be watching the weather too much. They probably watch the weather, but I don't think they watch it too much like how a driver will watch it.
Right.
Yeah.
So, Alicio, I got a question for you. I mean, is that a trick question, or are you being serious? Because you can absolutely come over here if you want to. You can contact me, and I can put you in contact with Michelle, and hopefully we can get you the right truck that you want. I mean, that's
Is he bringing a truck, or is he bringing a truck, or do you want to lease a truck through Swift?
Yeah.
Yeah, the way you read it, James, I'm kind of thinking he might be wanting to bring a truck.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Maybe so. Tell me what you're trying to find out, Alicio, and we'll answer your questions, bud.
You can definitely bring your own truck too.
Yeah, ask James. He did.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I sure did. Both of us did.
I brought my own too. Yep.
Oh, you did too? Okay.
Yeah, it's one payment versus 4. A lot better.
Me and James have almost the identical truck, except the color and the year. His is a year newer than mine. He's got Mr. Pibb. I got Pearl.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna give me a white ball and some flip flops and come over there.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
You're gonna have a urban suburban, aren't you, buddy?
Oh yeah, I'll get one of them too.
I seen Super Ego has some new Volvos.
I saw those. I sure did. Just wait till they start having dings and dents and missing fairings and shit here soon.
The mirror hanging off.
Yeah. Duct tape holding the bumper up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely will have that.
All right, guys. I mean, wow, the chat is dead today. I don't know if it's my internet or just people don't have anything to talk about, which is kind of strange. Usually it's pretty good with chatter. You have anything you want to talk about there, Jonah?
No, I mean, what I was about to say. I was about to ask what y'all think different, like for us, like mileage pay and percentage pay. Which one y'all think better? Like for us, like mileage pay and percentage pay.
Well, no,
we were
me. Yeah. Go ahead,
we were
James.
talking about. Yeah, we were talking. This is the only thing, and guys, I just tell you straight up, it's kind of hard to have four of us on here. That's kind of why I wanted to do it tonight. I wanted to try it out. The problem is, each one of us, we have about a 2-second delay, and we never know when we're talking. But to answer your question, Jonah, me and Mike talked about this all day long today, and the thing is, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sit back and watch and let everybody else go to the percentage pay and just see how it works out. And then make a decision because I really don't know, honestly.
Yeah, because Michelle said on the live the other night you're only going to get to change once a year between the two, so it's not like you can try it out and if you don't like it, go right back to the mileage.
Yeah. So risky Cars says, "Are we promoting a new company today?" We can if you want to. Risky Cars. What company would you like to promote? Or are you just being a smartass towards me, which I think that's what you're doing.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. You're being a smart ass.
If I get another truck, we can promote mine.
That's right. Steve, ND86, good evening, you all. Good to see you, buddy. Appreciate you coming out. Yeah, let's promote Super Ego. How about that? You want to do that, guys?
Well, you can either do that or you could promote Amazon. I mean,
yeah. We could all have a Turbine Suburban.
Yeah.
Would you think that in the long run it'd be better for mileage versus percentage because of the deadhead, or
it just honestly with that it really depends on what the market's doing. If the market's really good, percentage is going to be better. But if the market sucks and it's still kind of where it's at right now in limbo, I kind of think mileage is better in my opinion.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Cause like at Swift, you get paid the empty miles too, and the loaded miles.
Yep.
Versus not getting paid the miles going to pick that load up.
What's going on, Three Rigs?
Yeah.
Glad you're in. We appreciate you coming in. Just trying something a little bit different tonight. Got 3 guests on. Just kind of wanted to throw something out. Been kind of a dead week, you know. So here's our brilliant.
Dead for you.
Here's our brilliant risky cars. How can you justify driving for $1.20 a mile? I mean, you justify it however you want to, but you know, I'm not doing too bad, and the other guys that are on here that are working here aren't doing too bad either. So you can justify what you want to.
Yeah, it depends on what you, as a individual, think is success. I mean, if you can get by with $2,000 a week, then you're golden. If you want $2,000 to $3,000 a week, that's what I'm doing right now.
So this risky cars guy, I mean, we're not all lucky like you to make $1 million a mile, you know, and that's what I always say. You know, we're just not as lucky in being in the right places to make that kind of money. You know, we never wanted to be the Michael Jordan of the truck drivers. We wanted to be more like, I don't know. I can't think of anybody kind of maybe the, what was Michael Jordan's right-hand man? What was his name?
Scottie Pippen.
Yeah, we're the Scottie Pippen of truck driving. We're just kind of there, just on the side, you know. Steve ND86. I tried to sign up with Swift as an outside carrier, but was denied due to not having any inspections for 24 months. So, Steve, unfortunately, I don't know anything about being an outside carrier doing that, so I can't really give you any insight on that. But I understand.
That's on the logistics side.
Yeah, but you know what you can do, Steve? Not that it's a great idea, but the inspections, you can pull into a weigh station, have them do an inspection for you. I know that sounds kind of silly and stupid, but no, seriously, they'll count it as an inspection.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they will do it. You just got to make sure they don't find nothing wrong.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So 3 rigs depends on your situation. Every man's bills are different. He's a smart ass. Yes, he is. And then he's got another comment. Let's see what he says. Whoops. Let's be honest. You're not at Swift for driving part. You came back to make money recruiting. Dirty. Yeah. I mean, honestly, not being, lying about it. Sure. Absolutely. I came back to recruit. But, I'm not putting recruiting. I've not been paid 1 cent for recruiting yet, just to let you know. Everything's kind of a little bit behind the times. I'm just going over numbers, what I've made since I've been here. So Risky Cars, I mean, you can just go suck ass as far as I'm concerned right now. But yeah, not to lie. Yeah, I came over here to recruit. Absolutely. I'd be lying if I told you I wasn't. Mark Ely, I'm sorry. What's up, everyone? Scored a 6,000 run El Paso to Miami, just over $3 a mile. That's great, man. That's good money. You can go down there and get you some Mai Tais when you get down to Miami now. I think I am going to set this up. I think my wife is right. That's starting to bother me. Sorry, guys. Give me a second here to get resituated.
Is that $3 a mile for reefer?
I'm not sure. Let's see. No, he's USA Trucks, so he's doing dry van too, unless he's switched. Darling says Ricky Cars. Yeah. Reese Chapo. Every mile's a paycheck. Every stop's a story. That is right. That is. Yeah, that's right. He's dry van. I thought he was.
Yeah, that is pretty good for dry van freight.
So since we're on the recruiting part, guys, there's my phone number. You guys want to come to Swift? Give me a call. I'll be more than happy to help you out. Mr. Mike has called me, and we've got him on board. He's going to be coming here, I think, sometime next week. So yeah,
Thursday will be the first day.
I am recruiting, guys. Absolutely. I'd be stupid if I told you no. I had a shitty week last week, so let me read Ricky Cars here. Let's see what he says. Where's my mouse at? I'm glad you're happy making driver pay working as an owner op. Okay. Good to go, buddy.
Pay.
Your smooth brain. Okay. Awesome comments, guys. I think you all found the wrong show, buddy. Especially Risky Cars. I think you found the wrong show. You need to go to a show where somebody loves you, because they don't love you here.
Go to one of the $5 a mile shows.
$1 million a mile.
Okay, he wants to come to Swift. He just got turned down.
Probably. Yeah. Anytime you pull up and deliver, it's success to me. Absolutely, buddy.
Yeah.
Let's get this party started.
Yep.
I was correcting that idiot spelling. Oh, I got you. I'm sorry, bud. FSC Charger. Trucking, I'm sorry. Now, Risky, keep it clean or I will boot you out of here. And I know you can start another one. That's fine and dandy, but let's keep it clean. I don't mind you making fun of me recruiting. That's all good and dandy because I'm going to keep on doing it. And I'm not making driver pay, by the way, either. I'm not making $1 million a mile like you are, but I'm not making driver pay. Company driver.
He might be a company driver. he might be a company driver.
Usually they are, man. They like talking shit, and they don't. Sometimes they're not even truck drivers. I had a guy on, send me a message the other day saying that, my numbers that I put out aren't fair because I own my own truck. I said, buddy, I made it very perfectly clear that I own my own truck, and these numbers aren't, they're going to be better than what you can probably get. Reese Chapo says, I used to work with Swift, made good money, definitely will be back. Fly, I used to work with USA Truck, damn near lost it all back in 20. Reese Chapo, that's, other than Mark Ely, I don't know anybody that's been successful at USA Truck. I left Swift the first time, went to USA Truck, and about went bankrupt. Not saying that USA was a bad company. They were in the process of getting bought out by DB Schenker. They had a lot of little issues going on at the time, but I came right back to Swift and immediately started making money. I've always made money at Swift. And by the way, Reese Chapo, if you decide you want to come, get a hold of me. Let me put you with Michelle so we can get you to the right truck, okay? I want to make sure you get what you want. I think Swift is a solid company, but then again, I worked there for 2 years. I will hand it to you for being honest. Absolutely. I'm honest about everything. I actually don't take anything under $2 a mile. Okay. That's awesome.
Yep.
Roger Berry. Hey, what's up, Roger? How are you, bud? Glad to have you on the show. On vacation in northern Wisconsin. Hope everyone is doing great. By the way, what's the temperature in northern Wisconsin right now? I bet it's a nice, brisk 75, maybe. I bet the weather's great there right now.
Got over 90 here, Mississippi.
I think it's like 71 or 72 degrees right now where I'm at. I'm very comfortable. I got the windows open. Speaking of which, I need to open my sleeper windows, but very comfortable, very nice. I've only had to deal with one hot night, and that was in Macon when I was down in Macon last week. Other than that, it's been nice and cool. So he says it's about 80 or so. Okay.
Yeah, now what he was saying, he don't take nothing under $2 a mile. Is that including fuel surcharge, or is that after fuel surcharge also?
Well, not everybody gets fuel surcharge. So Risky Car says he's doing $2 million a mile. Come on now. Okay, well that's great, man. We're glad you're getting. That's pretty good, man. Pretty good. We're only making about $500,000 a mile, which is fine.
Yeah, as soon as he gets to $10 million a mile, I'll go to where he's at.
Yep.
And here's Jonah, here's the thing, and James, you know this too. Here's the thing that a lot of these guys don't realize that are making these $2 a mile runs and stuff. What they don't understand is Swift pays for everything. And again, I know it's not a big deal. They pay for the plates. They pay for the tolls. I mean, they pay for everything. There's a lot of expenses that we don't have over here that you guys pay dearly for, especially if you're doing a lot of, Chicago or Pennsylvania driving. We don't pay for any of that shit.
Yeah, they have discounts on truck work and tires. And all kinds of stuff.
Oh, yeah. That's one thing I like about Swift. They treat you like a owner operator, because I had my truck in the shop one time, and the shop called Swift, and Swift called me. They picked them on hold and called me. I'm standing right there in front of the lady at the shop, and they calling me like, "Hey, we got a call from such and such place." I think I was at I think I was at the TA or something. They was like, "What you want us to do?" I said, "Go on, tell them to go on to fix it."
Yeah.
Or whatever, because I had the money in my maintenance account. They like, okay. We picked back up the phone, took them my phone, like, the driver said, go ahead and fix it.
So Steve Armu says Risky Cars is funny. And you also said that is it me? I'm always promoting a new company. Yeah, I'm still at Swift. I don't plan on going anywhere. FSC Trucking, I'm going to give you a good one. In the 90s, I drove for CR England, stayed there 5 years on a Sarah Lee dedicated route, made great money, and had zero issues with them. Mostly it's on you. Absolutely, dude. And, I did the Target dedicated account the last time that I was here. My last paycheck that I made with Swift when I left, after all expenses was $4,200. So you can definitely make money here. Now, granted, that was training and teaming and stuff, but I made good money. I've made good money
But
every time I've been here.
that was also when you were leasing a truck, wasn't it? You didn't own your own.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That was minus all expenses, lease, insurance, everything. So Mark Healy says, it's hard here to have to know a lot of my success is biased on knowledge and my incredible self-dispatch skills. There's a lot of success here, but no one puts it on the screen. Plenty of 9,000 runs here. I wish I would have known you about 3 years ago, Mark. I really do, because when I was over at USA, I was running a lot of deadhead miles. That was a lot of my issues, was running deadhead miles. So Reese Chapo says, there was a good company. They were a good company, but I made a lot of good money at USA. I did the Walmart and Family Dollar, $3,500 a week until they stopped the contracts. That's when I started with Swift back in 2022. Okay. I actually started in 22 also, my first time around. Boy, I tell you what, you're one hell of a man to do that Family Dollar shit. If anybody
they had that.
if anybody doesn't know, man, they unload all those trailers by hand.
Yeah. Yep.
So Steve Warmar, Landstar is the way to go. Swift is ass. Well, we appreciate your comments, but my opinion, Landstar's ass. I don't have no desire to work at Landstar. I've read too much bad shit about them. I've talked about it many a times, and but again, it is what it is. Everybody has a place.
Yep.
Evening, gents. Good show. Hey, thanks, Rig Pig. Glad to have you in here. All right, Steve. Obviously, you found the wrong show. Go watch Blue Ribbon Logistics, okay, or one of the Landstar shows, because you don't need to be here. We appreciate the $1.20 a mile stuff, and actually, it's not $1.20 a mile, anyways. But whatever. We talk already. Fly. I got you down for referral. Once I start in a few weeks, I told Michelle, let's get Fly Rat to pay to me. Hey, thank you for that, Reese. Think about that. What's your real name, Reese? If you don't want to put it on here, you can call me tomorrow and we can talk. I just like to keep up with everybody that's coming over, and I'll explain to you why when you call. And Wealthy and Healthy, what's going on? How are you? Hey, y'all. Glad to have you. Everybody knows who Wealthy and Healthy is. I don't want to give her name out. She's always a good person to be on here. And the wife says, hello, Wealthy. Yeah, everything's good, guys. I had a shitty week last week. I know most of you guys know about it, but I blew an air chamber last week. Yeah, it was on the tractor and it had to be replaced. It was a $300 bill that I didn't expect to pay, but yeah, it was a pain in the ass.
Where'd you get it fixed at?
I did the Loves. I called Swift and told them what I had. I felt because when that happens, you can hear the air coming out of your
chamber.
Out of your stoppers, the red and yellow.
Yeah, the valve, left valves.
Yeah, the valves. You can hear it. I heard it coming out, and I was watching my air go down. And every time I would come to a stop, my air would go down to like below 50, and I'm like, shit, this ain't working out too good. So I called Swift, told him what I had, and went straight to the Loves and got it fixed, because I definitely didn't want a service call.
Yeah.
Hugs, everybody. Hugs. Thank you, Wealthy. And Steve's got another dumbass comment. How can you bring a truck to Swift for $1.20 a mile when you can come over to Landstar and get $3 or $4 a mile?
Consistency.
Yeah, consistency, buddy. Again, Landstar's not where it's at, in my opinion. Everybody has their own opinions, just like everybody has an asshole. I mean, everybody has their own way of doing things. My way is here where I'm at. Newman Attack hates your guts. Well, we hate your guts too. Go back to fishing, buddy. He's on a fishing trip. Family Dollar was paying me $1,800 daily. That's why I did it. Wow, that's pretty damn good.
Hey.
Wealthy and Healthy says Nicole. Hey. And Risky Cars has something to say. Trucker Todd mentioned you were thinking about another company already. Yeah, I heard that. And honestly, Trucker Todd, said that. I don't know honestly where he got that from because I've never made that statement. Never talked to him about it. I've made some comments about certain things. Again, I'm not on here to talk about other people, guys. Nor am I here to talk about and get stuff started. This isn't the drama. This isn't live drama here, and I'm not doing it. I don't know what it is about other grown men wanting to come in and start a show like The View and bring in drama.
Yeah, that's the thing. Too many people just live for drama nowadays. I'd rather stay the hell out of drama.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Them be the guys that sit at the truck stop with the curtains closed.
Just saying what I heard. Don't mean to start. Yeah, I understand. I got you. But yeah, he did say that. I watched the show too. He never mentioned my name, but it's obvious that it was me. But yeah, he never mentioned my name. Again, guys, I'm not here to start drama with anybody. I'm not gonna stoop to other people's levels and start talking about drama. We've all done it in the past, but I'm not doing it any longer. So who's everybody today? So we got Jonah over next to me. We got Mike underneath me, and then we got James, which is Techno, on the other side of Jonah. Justin Burgers.
Hello.
Hey, James. Hey, guys. All right. So we got another comment. Officer James Stewart, long dong donut sucker. So if you're making so much money at Swift, why do you want to train again?
Okay.
Just to make as much money as I possibly can. I think I mentioned that in many videos. And I think I'm going to block you because I don't like your name.
Kind of the same reason behind the recruiting thing. Heck, why turn down money you can make?
Yeah.
True.
Scotty Bro. Hey, gents. I am Swift lease driver as well. Been here 5 weeks. Love it. Making good money. Well, good deal, man. We're glad to have you here. We got Lance Calhoun. I thought that lady last week said something about $20 or $30 freight at Swift.
I don't think Michelle said anything about $20 or $30 freight.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, that was $1.20 or $1.30. It's in between there, right?
Well, it goes anywhere from $1.15 to $1.35.
Yeah, depending on the length of the
mileage.
Right.
Yeah.
Risky Car says, yes, he didn't say your name, but yeah, it was very clear. Yep, it was very clear who he was talking about.
Well, it's nice he's thinking of you.
Yeah. I just sent him a Christmas card. Steve says $1.20 a mile is like 70 cents a mile after fuel. No, it's not. We get a fuel surcharge. Actually, last week it was $1.50 with the 35-cent fuel surcharge that we had. It was $1.50 a mile. So, no, your math is a little bit off, Steve. It's not Landstar math, that's for sure.
Our surcharge went up this week.
Yeah, it went to 37, right?
Yeah, 37.9.
Newman said he went to Cheese Haven and bought dumb stuff to make I don't even know what that word is, charcuterie board? I don't even know what that is. A glorious waste of money. It sounds like a glorious waste of money if you can't pronounce it. Jesus.
One of them charcuterie boards or whatever.
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah.
Well, this girl has been lazy today. I'm feeling like it's Sunday. I enjoyed relaxing and taking it easy today. How's everybody else been today?
Busy.
Ran my ass off today.
Yep, about it.
What if you do like 50-mile run at Swift? Is it still per mile?
They have a minimum.
Yeah.
They'll give you what is it? Well, it depends on how long it is, but they'll give you $20-$25. I don't know the exact amount, but they'll add that to the miles.
So Newman says, fancy meat and cheeses. Glory to me. Okay, then. Well, it's interesting to watch some of these truck drivers pull into some of these truck spots, guys.
That's why I close the curtains, because I get scared.
They making it difficult. Sometimes they make it difficult than what it is.
You know what's funny, guys, is I'm reading this comment that I blocked. Officer James Stewart, long dong donut sucker. Now, there ain't too many people, okay, that know that I was a police officer, because I don't talk about it a whole lot. There's only a handful of few people.
Yeah.
And honestly, I'm not so sure that I ever put it out on YouTube. But again, how many people pay attention to that shit? So
yeah, I was going to say, this is the first I've heard of it.
That's got to be somebody that knows me pretty well that started that. And that's okay. Do you guys drive for yourselves, owner-operator, or? So me and James and Mike, Mike starts next week. We're all Swift owner-operators, and Jonah is actually at Hirschbach for the meantime, and he's coming over back to Swift soon.
Does Mike have his own truck, or do you?
No,
are you?
I'm a lease.
Leasing.
Yeah.
So Swift YouTubers are larger than annoying prime crybaby YouTubers. You know, again, Risky Cars, you might have just caught the wrong show, buddy. You know, it don't matter, man. You don't have to watch. As a matter of fact, unsubscribe and, click that bell so you don't even have to get the notifications. It's okay, man. I'm not mad. There's a show for everybody, and this one's not yours. 51 miles pays you $111. I picked up at Loveland, Colorado, and dropped at a terminal in Denver. Pays $111. Okay. Steve Warmoot. You done lost your – yeah, I've lost my mind. Yeah, I sure have. Landstar's where it's at. You must not qualify. Buddy, I have never once put an application in Landstar. And, again, it's no big surprise why I'm here at Swift. It's to recruit and make as much money as I possibly can with training and recruit. Be more than happy to go over numbers with you when I get full schedules in with recruiting and full schedules in with training. I guarantee you I'll beat you out. I like your show more than watching prime YouTubers always crying. Okay. 30,000 loads daily. Wonderful. I'm sure Swift has quite a few loads too, buddy. It's the biggest drive van company in the world.
There's a lot of options at Swift.
Yeah, maybe with the exception of DB Shanker. They might be bigger. Job Hoppers Anonymous. How has Swift improved over the years? I'm just not taking the crap tonight, man. I'm not. I'm reading your comments, but you're going bye-bye. Just because I find funny comments on you guys. Yeah, I don't really know how many loads Swift has daily. I'm sure it's up there.
Oh yeah.
Wealthy and Healthy says Hirschbach is changing. I heard. Is it changing up for you?
Yeah, to me, I don't know. I don't see no difference. I know they get a little dry van stuff. They get. I think they get some dry vans. I did see that. A dry van. Somebody was pulling a dry van trailer the other day, but I hadn't talked to nobody in there yet.
So 3 Rigs is in here. He says the trolls are in full effect. You know what, guys? I don't mind you trolling me. I don't mind you doing all that crap. Just keep it clean. There's no sense. If you got something negative to say, why are you even here? That's the whole thing. You got no business being here if you don't have nothing nice to say. Our success for what we do is, completely different than your success. I'm not going to go over and trash your channel or what you're doing. Everybody has a way they do something.
And see, Swift that's the problem nowadays.
Just doesn't pay enough, unfortunately.
That's the problem with people nowadays is everybody just wants to find things to complain about. If you're not interested in what's going on a certain show, why are you even bothering watching?
Yeah. Yeah, don't you got anything better to do? That's a big thing. Swift
Evidently
has
not.
great freight, just doesn't pay, unfortunately. Honestly, I think Swift pays, pretty decent. It's consistent, guys. That's the thing. It's consistent and it's drop and hook. I enjoy the trolls. They entertain me. Trolling is hating to me. Yep. And Reese Chapo, I got a buddy that's local. He only makes $900 driving a semi truck, about 38 to 40 hours a week, Monday through Friday. Wow. Mark Ely says,
I was making that and working more before I come to Swift.
My opinion, trolls suck because it hurts the new guy trying to learn. Absolutely.
Yeah,
it does hurt the new guy trying to learn.
Yep.
I'm trolling tonight instead of Pop-Tart gone trucking. I'm Pop-Tart gone trolling. Oh, Pop-Tart always coming in. See, I didn't disclose who you were tonight. You did, not me.
This guy just parked in the middle of the driveway and got out and went in the building.
I tell you what, some of these drivers, the way they park nowadays, man, Jesus.
Oh, that's what I'm worried about.
I don't know if you guys have been watching the NBA Finals, man, but let me tell you what, there's been some exciting basketball the last couple matches here. If anybody's been watching, I know they're getting ready to play here in a little bit.
But yeah, that's what I always worry about when I park early and I'm getting up at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning to leave out is like, okay, as soon as you pull the curtains, how many trucks am I going to have to go get moved?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah.
This
guy
guys, directly.
We might have to make this a short live. Ain't nobody really talking about anything. The trolls are going crazy. And quite frankly, my arm is freaking killing me. I might want to have to lay down and just relax. Steve is back on here again with some more comments.
All right.
No way last payroll was over 3,800. I don't know what payroll you're talking about. What I was talking about, I made 4,200 back in February of last year. My last day was Swift, and that's when I left to go get an SFI truck. And I was training, so I was teaming. So yes, I've had way over $3,800 payrolls.
Is that gross? Is he talking gross or take home? Because
I'm sure he's talking take home.
Mine was way over gross, and I'm just driving 8-9 hours a day.
Oh, he's talking about take home. Trolling is hating, yes, but as long as the outcome, let's hate. Yeah, I hear you. You could never make that with Swift. I disagree with you. I've done it before. Ryan says, ABF driver here. I'm hoping to get rid of the non-English speakers out of the trucking industry. Yep, it'll help us out.
6 more days.
You got to accept a little trolling. Too many companies in a short time. That's food for trolls. Absolutely, I agree with you. And I've never denied it. I've actually made fun of myself. That's the funny thing. Actually, I'm going to have a T-shirt made up. What company is Fly Rabbit at this week? I'm going to have it made. It's going to be in my store too. What company is Fly Rabbit working at this week? And that T-shirt's going to be for you trolls. Matter of fact, I'll probably be giving them away to you trolls.
Yeah, because they're not going to pay for nothing.
6 more days for what? That's when the English speaking proficiency thing they started
goes in effect.
Yep. Well, they're supposed to start enforcing it.
And I can tell you the eastbound scale on I-70 just before Effingham, Illinois is counting down.
Yeah. Steve Warmu says trolls keep the comments popping. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. By the way, guys, I've got some hats that are in the works. Fly Rabbit hats. They actually look pretty good. I ordered 2. My wife ordered 2 of them. I'm going to take one, and I'm probably going to do a giveaway on one of them. And they're not cheap hats. I don't know yet how the giveaway is going to work out, but I am going to do a giveaway. Risky, why no more 18 on here? Was he mad that you were recruiting. We just had a little bit of a. It's not really. No, we're not mad at each other. We still talk on a regular basis. He just he's going separate ways than what I'm doing. You know, he's at Landstar, promoting Landstar, and that's all good and dandy. But you know, I'm here. We just decided to go separate ways. Actually, I decided to go separate ways. He wasn't too happy about it, but you know, we're fine. I mean, as far as I know, we're cool unless he's saying something that I don't know about, but I don't think so. I need a pink hat. Pop-Tart, I'll make sure you get a pink hat. I'll make sure the wife gets you one ordered. You don't worry about it. You got it. But, yeah, me and 18 are cool. I just talked to him day before yesterday. We just had different ideas and opinions, the way we wanted to run a show. You know, I'm all about recruiting. He's not. You know, he wants to get into his flatbed. He's not doing dry van anymore. You know, we just have different interests. It's just like, you know, everybody. I bring people on here that I think have the same interest. By the way, guys, going to have another show next week. Show next week is going to be Wednesday at 7, and I'm going to have Michelle on again with recruiting. So if you guys want to catch it, that's in the plan. I got other plans, too, with other products with people wanting to come on here also. So the problem is with me bringing people on with products, I'm getting other people that are stealing my ideas. And, you know, I got to be real careful how I do stuff.
Yeah, you still got to talk to Braxton, too, about that, don't you?
Yeah, I didn't want to put that out there, but yeah.
Well, that's why I just said a first name.
Well, yeah. Yeah, I don't want to go into a whole lot of details about who I'm bringing in, but I got some ideas. You guys ever done heavy hauling? Never have. Don't have any desire to do flatbed or heavy hauling or step deck. You know, D gets after me all the time, 18 wheels that is. There's a difference between flatbed and step deck and all the others. I had no idea. Never wanted to do it.
Yeah, I've done heavy haul and flatbed and step deck and everything for about a year and a half as a company driver, and I did pretty decent doing it. I was on percentage.
So
I did flatbed a little bit.
Stephen Warmoose said he does that net. Talking about his money, James. Corey Oakley says, it seems Swift is recruiting hard. Is this growth or what is driving the big push? Buddy, you know, honestly, it's just everywhere. Big companies are struggling to keep people. I don't really have a good answer for you. You can take it however you want to. Trucking isn't for everybody. You know, they'll hire new students, bring them in, and, you know, 4 or 5 weeks later, they're out because they can't handle the trucking life. Same thing with, believe it or not, the owner-operators is the same way. You know, a lot of company drivers make the switch to owner-operators, and they find out, well, this isn't as easy as I thought it was. Mark Healy says, are they offering health insurance for contractors? They have options, but I don't really know anything about them, and it's from an outside source, so it's not really Swift that does it. And Steve says he did that solo. Justin Burgers, I need a blue hat. I actually, all the hats are going to be like a dark blue when I put them up on the. When I get them all together, I'll show you guys. They're probably going to be about $25. And again, they're super, super nice hats.
Is the back of the hat meshed? Is it like netted?
It's a trucker style hat, and it's going to have the pins in the back or whatever, and it's also embroidered too. So it's not like a screened on print; it's an embroidered on there. She did good. I've seen them. She did really good. You guys have your own trucks and looking at getting trailers. You know, we started talking about that the last week you were on. I gave you over to a couple guys, so you should have gotten some calls. The 4 of us, we're all going to be at Swift, so we don't need the trailers. But anybody that needs a trailer, contact me, and I'll put you in contact with Pop-Tart. Someday I'll need a trailer. I'm not saying anytime soon, but eventually we will all go back to spot market. Man, this arm ain't getting any better. Well, where'd all my shows go?
it's like a muscle pain or like a muscle type pain or?
I've strained a muscle or something. Yeah, maybe the way I was laying or something. I had my fat ass laying on the arm when I was sideways or something. Risky
Man,
Car
get a heat
says,
pad on it.
yeah, I'm going to have to do something. I will be the first one to buy that shirt from you. Perfect for wiping my butt. Okay.
You better buy 2.
Yeah, you better buy 2. That ass needs to be wiped. I don't know how big of a guy you are, but hey, you know what? If you're buying shirts for me to wipe your ass, hey, as long as I'm getting paid, I don't care. You do whatever you need to do with that shirt.
Hell, James, you can sell them a whole case.
Yeah.
Honestly, to that comment, why are you here, Risky Cars? I mean, seriously, why are you even on this channel? Can't you go whack off or something somewhere? I mean, there's really no reason for you to even be on the channel. There's got to be something more for you to do, and that goes for all you guys that are making the dumb comments on here.
That's because they ain't got a life, is why they do that shit.
Pop Tart says, you guys enjoy your night. Good hugs. Bye, y'all. Hey, Pop Tart, sorry you're having to listen to this crap.
Have a good one there, Pop Tart.
That's funny. Yeah, I'm getting rid of these guys that are making these stupid comments. They got no business even being on this channel.
No.
So Corey Utley says, how do you feel Swift percentage will compare to the mileage rates? I'm curious to hear what you all think about that change and the load board as well. All right, so let me answer this first, and I'll let you guys go to it. Answer your question, I'm not 100% confident on that percentage yet. What I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to let other guys go to that percentage board first, see how well they do, and let them be the guinea pig and figure it out. Because I'm more of a mile per guy right now, just because of the economy the way it is. Obviously, if the economy goes back up, then percentage will be better. As for the load board, the first week I was here, the load board's trash. Second week it got a little better. Week 3 and 4, and I'm actually in week 5 now. It's gotten better each week that I've been here, just a little bit, but it's not where it needs to be. It's not really a load board. It's just kind of a filler for you to get something to get you to the next place, more or less. Can you run straight load board loads? You could, but you're going to have a little bit of deadhead miles in there, 100, 150 miles. I've seen more than that, actually, too. But if you're willing to run a little bit of deadhead miles, you can probably run that load board and be pretty successful at it. What do you think, James?
Yeah, I had a couple of loads that had some deadhead, but they were good loads, got you out of where you were, get it and go. If you're waiting on a load, grab one off load board and run. But I'm thinking percentage. I'm kind of with you. Gonna wait and see how others do on that percentage thing.
I think it's going to be better ultimately, but we just need to wait and see. Yeah. Let somebody else be the fool.
And like we were talking about earlier, Michelle did say you're only going to be able to change once a year, so you can't flip-flop back and forth. So it definitely would be worth seeing how it works before you go to it.
Right.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a little while before they work the kinks out of it. I say at least about end of the year.
Well, they're saying
next year before they work.
I think she said September for testing, I think.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, I remember she said that. Yeah, I remember she said September.
Yeah. Haven't they been testing that thing for a while?
Not the percentage, I don't think.
Oh, okay.
I think they've been. I think I seen that they were running simulations, but not actually testing it with drivers. And I think Michelle last week said that they were supposed to start around September testing with drivers, and then hopefully it would be available for anybody that wants to by the end of the year.
Okay. So the wife says that he needs a good man. I'm sure she's talking about cars.
And since you were saying you're going to have Michelle on next week, we can re-verify that with her then. But I think that's what she said.
Yeah.
I'll make sure I have my Clemson towel ready for her next week.
Have what?
I say I'll make sure I have my Clemson towel ready for Michelle next week.
Crimson Tide. You better have the South Carolina Gamecocks crap, man, because that's what she is. You know?
After her comments,
I know,
Jonah. After her comments from last week, you better make sure your truck ain't in Greer, South Carolina.
oh, me and Michelle, me and her go way back, and every time I go to her office, I get kicked out of her office. Every time I go to Greer, I make it my business to go in there with my Clemson towel and to put it on her desk, and she kicks me out every time I go in there.
That's funny.
Yep. How many have you found out how good she is at kicking your ass yet over video or over the YouTube channel?
Jonah, as a matter of fact, I'm going to the terminal tomorrow to get a camera put in. I'll probably sit down with Michelle and talk to her. I want to get a follow up and see how far along I am with all the guys that are coming over and everything. But I'm gonna talk to her about you tomorrow too and see if she's gonna have any luck getting you in earlier.
And to make sure she's riled up Wednesday for you when she first gets on.
So, Jonah, let me ask you this: if she brings you in early, are you gonna jump ship and come on over?
Yeah, that I have to. Man, you start this truck down in the parking lot. Yeah. I have to. See, I have to take the truck back. I have to take it back to I have to either go to Dover, Florida, or come all the way back to Butte, Iowa.
Okay.
To bring the truck back. See, they're gonna be the kicker.
She'll get you an airplane ticket. You know that, right?
Oh yeah.
You got a place to put all your stuff until you get back?
I mean that's the thing. That's the thing. I have to go home and take all my stuff out, and then I get the truck and then go put all my stuff back in.
Where's home at?
South Columbia. But I think like an hour. I think like an hour and maybe like 20 minutes from Greer. About an hour and 15 minutes from Greer.
Well, go home, take your stuff out, and then drive the truck to Dover, Florida, and then get an airline ticket from Orlando up.
Michelle said you can just UPS it all to her office as long as you got her Gamecock shirt in there.
Make it so bad. I stay 15 minutes from William Bryce Stadium. That's the sad part.
I got to tell you the truth. It's on that name, the South Carolina Gamecocks. That just sounds so bad. I've always thought that. Why did they ever come up with that name? I mean, it could almost be. It could almost be. I don't want to say the word on here, but harassment if you gave her something with the Gamecocks on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, not only that, the way they've made it, all these teams have been changing names because it hurts people's feelings. I'm surprised they still got theirs.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you, man. It's kind of a weird name to have.
Yeah.
Kind of a weird one to have. What is All right, I've not had any comments in quite a while. I guess we're right at an hour. I guess we can call it. Anybody got anything they want to bring up? It's been kind of
6 more days.
Yeah. It's been kind of a dead live. And again, guys, I know that we didn't come live at 7, and I probably missed a few people thinking that we were going live at 7. I put a post out saying, guys, it's going to be 7:30, but obviously that didn't work out. But either that or they're getting tired of me recruiting everybody.
Yeah.
That ain't I got news that ain't going to change. I mean, I'm still going to recruit. There's Alaska Hall. He got after me for a long time about recruiting. What's up, Alaska? And but he kind of laid off of me for a while. I think Alaska's big thing was he just didn't want me to jump around a bunch. So Life on 18 Wheel says, happy Juneteenth. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, we were talking about you earlier, D. Go ahead, bud.
Oh no, I'm about to say when I worked for when I had drove for KLM, they had a guy. He used to go to the terminal. Like he used to be in at the terminal in Jackson. Every Sunday he'd be in he was on some kind of dedicated run. Every Sunday he was at the terminal, and he'd go to the hotel. And was like the people was already there, so they put his name on like the application or whatever.
Oh God!
And this dude was making like a killing. He was like, I forgot how much the recruiting was at the time, but he'd go in there and tell him like, look, I give you a couple $, if you pick my name for the recruiting. And then after they get out of orientation, like what they was doing back then, after you get out of orientation, they was paying them or whatever after they get in their truck and I think pull their first load.
As soon as they got their first dispatch.
Yeah, and he was making a killing.
Who was
I
this?
thought this dude was making a killing. Yeah, this dude at KLM when I drove a KLM some years back. This dude was making a killing. Like he was getting like at least 3 or 4 people a week, and whatnot. I think he was getting like a couple $100, $100 or something like that per person. He was getting them like $100, and I forgot. I don't know how much the recruiting was at the time, but they said this dude was making a killing till somebody snitched on him, and then they fired him.
Do you know how much Snyder's paying for recruiting right now?
I think it was like $5,000, ain't it?
$6,000. Well, yeah, you know what? It is $5,000. You get $2,500 of it after their first dispatch, and the other 25 is spread out in 6 months, basically. So Alaska Hall says he was just tuning into the shit show. This isn't the shit show. That's Sunday nights at 7. That's D's show, and that's you like that name. Yeah, I like that name too, but unfortunately, I gave that show to D. That's all his. Corey Oatley says, any idea the availability of MRP trucks is? The last time I started the process, the selection was so the MRP trucks, there's a lot more MRP trucks than there are new trucks.
New ones are hard.
Yeah. MRPs are a lot easier.
It did depend on who he was talking to too.
I'm at the right
he
show.
I was going to talk to Michelle.
Yeah.
Well, I've got a new Freightliner lined up, but I've been trying to get a T680, and them are hard.
So Mark says he loved working at KLM. I bought a house in Crystal Springs, Mississippi. Man, did Bernie Eber scam Jack out of KLM. I made over $100,000 a year there as a company driver trainer there. That's good money for a company driver. Woo.
Shoot, I'm making $100,000 here with this company as a solo.
Yep. You sure you want to do this?
Yeah.
That's pretty good money as a solo driver. I replaced my transmission, did a custom air ride. Now I need overhaul all within 3 weeks. Wow. I bet your truck rides really good now. And he says that was in 1999. That's damn good money.
Oh, that's damn good then.
Oh, yeah.
Kevin Snipe says, hey, Fly, I think Gamecocks is better than Delaware Blue Hens. Blue Hens, okay.
Blue Hens.
I don't know, man. I don't know, Kevin. That's
oh, he a Gamecock fan? Uh-oh.
I don't think he's a Gamecock fan, but he's thinking the Blue Hens. What's another weird name for a college team? There's a bunch of them out there, man. Well, the Hoosiers, Indiana Hoosiers. You know where Hoosier came from, right? Do y'all know where Hoosier came from?
I think I heard it before, but
people were knocking on people's doors. Who's your daddy? Who's your daddy? Who's your daddy? That's true, man. That's a true statement. Who's your daddy? Who's your mama? All right, guys. Anybody got anything they want to put up? Let's call it tonight. I'm beat. I got to get up 5 in the morning and start rolling the hell out of here.
Oh, anybody? Hell, you're sleeping in. I'm getting up at 2.
Sure, I got to deliver at 2 o'clock.
You can have that reefer delivery shit. Woo.
Oh yeah.
I got to go like 2 miles down the road and deliver.
Hey guys, thanks for coming out and chatting with us tonight. Sorry it was a short show. Sorry about the trolls. Believe it or not, the trolls help the channel out, even though I block most of them. I just get irritated wondering why grown men, have to troll a channel when they can be doing other things. Just me. It just bothers me, but it's something that I'll get over one day. But anyway, guys, y'all have a good night. Be safe. Hey, Last Call, be good, buddy. I'm glad you're here. Really, seriously, I mean it. Glad all you guys showed out. Jonah, James, Mike, thanks for coming in. I'll be talking to you guys on the phone as always.
All right, James, and Jonah, y'all have a safe ride when y'all get rolling, and everybody watching too.
All right, guys, y'all have a good night.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, bye-bye.